started since we're all here and Riz is off doing shop. Oh, nice. She just sent a pic of here, I'll put it in the That's what Riz is up to tonight.
She got a whole ass little booth, huh?
Yep. Most of it that she was like furiously making in like the last couple of weeks.
That's the one that made your Christmas gifts last year.
Yeah.
So when we need hats and stuff.
Juice.
Yeah, that is a Beetlejuice up there. On top. She was really proud of how she got like the hair to work with that one. Like it looks.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Yeah, the hair is perfectly garbage ratty as it should be for the for what Beetlejuice is.
Yeah. I like the vampire too.
Honk honk. Still need to see it. I still need to see the second one. I've heard it's like decent.
That's what I've heard too.
Which I'm down for some dumb fuckery. All right, so let's see. 58 was what I rolled. So the question is, if somebody that your character trusts or loves, maybe, I don't know, asked your character to do something against the party's best interest, who would you side with?
For a character I trusted, like if Grotus asked me to do, like if Grotus asked me to like murder the other party members.
I mean, I guess that could count. Yeah, I mean, if there's
yes.
not really anybody outside the party that you trust, anyways.
Yeah, hi. Have you met us?
Chaos.
Yeah, like if there was somebody I trusted, like when I trust people, I trust them blindly, but I trust the party the most out of everybody.
Okay.
I think it would depend on who it is, because like if Maz asked me to do something, I'd probably be more likely to side with her than if, say, Grotus or Honker did. But it would also kind of depend on what they asked.
Well, playing favorites.
That thing, you know?
Grotus will trust Honker to say what Honker perceived, but not always why that is perceived. And as far as the other two, you didn't trust him as far as he could throw him, but he could throw him pretty far.
That's where ill.
Good point. Okay. So, does anybody remember what we got up to last time?
Grotus eated somebody off the tower.
True.
We did some tower yeeting.
Here, I'll get the
I got
the map
beat
here to
the hell up. I remember that.
Yeah, some people were temporarily dead from some of the fights we had last time.
Yeah. So that was a thing.
Yeah, we finished clearing out the rest of the old forest tower, and we got the blessing from this one, which was basically that was the I-beams / being able to like dark vision or whatever. Everyone's favorite game-breaking ability.
Dark vision?
Well, yeah, that's always like a meme, how like so many of like the races just like have dark vision, so it's like you don't need like torches or whatever because everybody can just already see in the dark.
See, I always saw that as a function of inexperienced GMs because you fix it with dim lighting. You can't. Dark. The dim lighting is different than dark.
You know, that's a good point.
Boom.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
I just don't really ever think much about light values. Unless it's like super, super necessary.
Yeah.
Alright, but yeah, so we cleared out the rest of this. We took out Thessica and got a bunch of her stuff.
Oh yeah, bullied her to death.
Yeah. And, you know, I think Honker ate at least several decent chunks of her with Blood Feast. And then we also had, there was that other gal who was like part lizard or something that had been kidnapped and was trapped here that you guys rescued and, sent her on her way back to town. And she was very grateful. And will probably show up at the circus because I believe you guys had told her about that. Since she's kind of been regarded as a bit of a freak with the whole part lizard thing, or being able to talk to snakes and whatnot that she had going on. And then you also had Ginjana, who was the Darrow, who had been doing weird experiments around the area in some sort of attempt to try to cure themselves of the aversion to sunlight that they have being from the Darklands, and thought that basically stealing people's like pituitary glands was some part of that process. But you also found out some very pertinent information about this ongoing weird haunting shit that has been kind of happening throughout this entire chunk of the campaign, with Mr. Vandy and his weird dreams and the people dying inexplicably and stuff like that. You were able to find from his notes that it seems that this is the work of a night hag, since they had observed it happening to some of the Zolgaths as well, just like randomly passing away. And the information in particular that they had noted about night hags is that typically the way they work is that there's some sort of stone or thing that they place close to whatever their like main target is, a heartstone, and like through that try to like slowly corrupt someone. So that seems to be what's going on here, and dealing with that and figuring out where the hell that's at, we'll be getting to at some point in the future. So, but otherwise, everything else here you guys have pretty much cleared out. The rest of your party, in terms of Eichner and the other people from Turpin Row that came along as your kind of backup squad, they had managed to clear out the other stuff outside. They're currently down the stairs out the front of the tower, where they had just finished up a battle with some sort of crystal golem thing, but they're out there down there. But otherwise, you guys are all here in the now cleared tower of, it seems, the main Zolgath's threat here in the Swartlands.
All right, so we go back to town, triumphant heroes per usual.
Per usual, yeah, pretty much. So you guys, if you guys head back out of the tower and you meet up with Heikener down on the front bit. Let me double check if there was. I don't think there was. Let me see. I'm double checking if there was anything with those crystal golems here. No, not in particular. Okay. All right. All right. So, as you guys come down the stairs, Eichener sees you. You can see the men that were with him. They're looking fairly beat up, and you can see like one or two of them on the platform that seem to have died in the process. There were a couple casualties, it looks like. But otherwise, most of them seem, a little worse for wear, but, together, at least. And they see you coming down the stairs, and Eichner looks at you and is like, well, did you manage to take care of, what's her name, the big wig?
I ate her face.
He did.
His eyes kind of went a little bit at
They
this.
did?
He says, well, if seems a bit over the top. I hope it wasn't too particularly gross, but I guess if it works, it works. But is everything taken care of up there? Are we safe? Is Turpin Row good to continue
Back
on
to
without
normal.
worrying about this threat?
Back to normal. All threats cleared. We will take payment in terms of adulation, celebration, statues, and gold.
Well, Eichner kind of nods a bit and says, well, I guess I do owe you a bit of something. With the stunt festival going on, I realize I've been a little hard on you all and not letting you run your little show that you have. But I think, given what we've seen here today and what you've done for Turpin Row, the least we can do is, well, have you all be a part of it. Why not get all your business set up just on the side of town closest to the square, and you can come be part of the festival with us. We can all celebrate together.
All right.
And no fee. It's fine. I know I initially was wanting a fee for the space, but you know what? I think you've done more than enough for Turpin Row to take that out of the equation.
Oh, good. We weren't going to pay it anyway.
All right. So, Eichner kind of bids you on your way, and he says, well, we'll likely be a moment here. We have a few of our brothers that fell that we will pay our respects to and then head our way back to Turpin Row. But please, continue on with your business, and I guess we will see you back in town.
Excellent. Be safe on your way.
Of course. All right, and they bid you on your way. So you head out, back down the rest of the stairs of the tower with your various goodies and things that you got from inside in Tome, and head on back to Turpin Row to take probably a much needed rest after all that business. Let's see.
Need a nap and a snack.
Let's see. Let's do some resting here. Okay, did some resting, and if you want to do some medicine checks for any patching up left that you need to do, I'll roll ones for Riz, since I know they have the ability for that.
Who's still got?
Looks like everybody's still got some. Honker's got just 1 point of damage, but everyone else has varying amounts.
Me and Maz can both do 2, so Maz can do 2 and I can do 2.
Okay. Oh wait, I forgot to roll that on her sheet. Let me do that. Medicine. There it is. Nice. Okay, a critical success. And a regular success. Let's see.
I rolled 1 for both people for when you're doing.
Oh yeah, I guess it is just 1, isn't it? So I guess it would be a critical success. Okay, so in that case,
let me try to double check that. I could be wrong.
So it looks like Scorch is the most hurt, followed by Osho.
Okay, it doesn't actually say under ward medic, just that you can treat up to 2 targets, but I think you only have.
Well, actually, here, let me take Osho out of the sheet because she'll do her own thing once you get back into town and take care of herself. So let's see. Scorch and you are the most injured. So I guess we'll probably have Riz's critical success go towards those.
Okay.
So 4d8. Plus. Just +5, I think, right?
Sounds right.
Yeah. Okay, so 24. All right, so you're all healed up.
And then 16 for the other two.
Okay, so that heals up Grotus fully and Maz fully. And then Scorch has a little bit still, but they're at least doing better. So 45, 25, 25. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right, so you make it back into town and head through to where you guys are kind of camped. Somewhat on like the outskirts of town right now. You haven't had anything set up since it was still kind of in limbo. Whether you guys would be able to do that, since initially it was you have to wait until after the Stump Festival to do your business. Didn't want you interfering with that, but plans have changed. So as you come up to the camp, the other circus members are kind of around doing their various tasks and things and preparations. The professor sees you all coming, looking a bit beat up and worse for wear as you come to go rest, and it's like, well, it seems you all got yourself in another scuffle again.
Yep, doing good. Saving world, fighting around the world.
It's getting old.
Me too. I know that
Now I
feeling.
can do this, and then Grotus makes his eyes glow, and shoots a beam into the sky like Cyclops.
The professor looks kind of like shocked and amazed at this and is like, well, that's right, cool, but maybe don't do that in the tent. I feel like that would burn a hole in the big top. But perhaps you can incorporate that somehow.
That's what I'm thinking. We could spell out names. I can make a giant bat logo. It would be dope.
Well, I mean, we still have to... I mean, it looks like you all need to rest, but we still have time, of course, before we're able to do any sort of show here, since they have the festival going on, so plenty of time to recuperate from whatever business you all have been up to.
We've
Same.
been doing murder.
The good kind, to be specific.
A little bit of light bullying.
Light bullying.
Look, if I'm going to be a dirtbag, I'm going to spin it into a positive light.
Fair. All right, so one thing I do want to note, with us all being level 12 now, is that we do have... So for the circus side of things, that does give us access to another trick trait for your guys' tricks. As previously, you guys had access to 2 traits that you could utilize in the process of your signature tricks that you guys would do during the shows, and now you have 3 that you can choose from. Let me get the details on those up here for you again. See, I know I have it written down. Oh yeah, here's your tricks. Okay, so here's your tricks. Let me link these in the chat here. All right, so tricks. Oops. Tricks. Okay, that one's the tricks. Current amount of traits, 3. And I believe we have a couple more accessible traits from some of the people that we've gotten since the last time we did a show. And then let me get the list of traits themselves and what they mean for you here.
on a completely just, there's no other relation to anything else. You know how, like, I've been eating people and taking their skin and stuff?
Yeah, as you do.
If we were to guess, approximately how many people's skin do you think I have?
What a question.
Expressed as an inventory item with a quantity.
Well, I'm trying to think. How many times have you feasted on people?
Yeah, I don't want to exaggerate, so that's why I was asked. But it is relevant. Don't ask.
You've only eaten faces, right?
Well, no, he bit like a big chunk. He like bit her tail off. If that's
I
what you're
bit
saying.
faces, but I also like skinned that one lady and wore her face. Our competition. I've got her face and
Oh my god,
stuff.
I forgot about
Oh,
that.
right.
Yeah, like I've been doing that a couple times. Would it be like 2 humanoids worth of skins, maybe?
Yeah, I'd say.
Or is that or 1, do you think?
I'm trying to think of all the times that you've used that, and I feel like, yeah, maybe 2.
Okay. Thank you.
See, now I want to know why. I have additional questions.
Just gonna sit over here in my blissful ignorance.
Yeah. Okay, so the list of the tricks and trick traits that should be there in the chat. You should be able to see those. So, and I have in the one that's just called player note tricks. That is what you guys had set up currently for your stuff. So, hunger, for example, musical, magical for the traits, and now you can add a third. Let me double check on the recent people we've added. Make sure I have them added to the accessible traits. Let's see. Because Baralu added. Okay, we got him magical, musical, and oh, I need to have emotion in there. I don't have emotion. And then we have, let's see, the invulnerable beast juggler, which gave us. So we already had animal, and we have earth, and let me double check. Is this the right cover? Yeah. Okay, and then she's already covered by that. Okay, so yeah, in the tricks note, the list of accessible traits are the ones that you can choose from that longer list, and the trick trait bonuses. We don't have every single one of those. Those expand as we add people because they bring their own flair and whatnot to the circus, and so we were able to learn new traits from them. So we have a couple more than we did last time. So if you want to take a look through those and figure out what additional trait you'd like to add into your roster. And then, of course, if you want to, change the name of your act or modify the kind of checks that you do for your act, this would be when we do so.
I would like to add Ariel.
Ariel, okay.
Everything else can remain the same.
Okay. Let's see. That adds, okay, acrobatics checks. Nice, +1. Sweet. Cool.
Oh, put emotion into mine.
Emotion, okay.
On a side note, it's probably pretty easy to acquire, like, in town. You know those things you find at Pier 1 Imports where it's a person that's made from, like, the string is holding the wood together, and you can pose them? So it's like the arms and like a little stick figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could probably find those at the doll maker, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you definitely find those there.
Okay.
I have yet more questions.
Again, just gonna live in ignorant bliss.
Oh, that emotion trait is kind of neat. When you succeed or crit succeed, you can reduce the amount of excitement or anticipation generated to 0. So you can like have a successful trick, but like not have it generate anything to like balance things out if you want to do that. Huh.
If we need to hold back and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah. Huh. That's a cool trait. Okay.
Okay. So now we're doing the circus. We're getting ready to do a circus tonight, or do we have like any time to prepare anything?
Yeah, like there's gonna be like all the usual like kind of prep stuff for the circus that we got to go through. Um,
Expressed in days.
I mean,
We need to do something that might take a day.
yeah, like the prep, like doing like the advertising and the stuff that we usually do to like get the circuit, and of course you guys to get the tent set up and stuff like that. That your folks are gonna be helping with. So yeah, like you have like a couple days to prepare. So we'll go through that. So if you have other things you're preparing for new horrors to unleash upon the populace, uh, you have time to do so.
Okay, and then the last thing that's not related to any of the other previous things
Okay.
is if something said like you need to worship random god Norgorber, for example, what if could we be flexible and I worship Ronka and use Ronka's power to uh help funnel this thing?
Oh, okay. So like it's like some sort of spell that like channels a deity, and you're just replacing the
Kind
deity.
of, yeah. It's an occult spell still.
Oh,
Well within
yeah,
my
of course.
realm there.
Yeah, we can certainly
Okay.
just swap out the god. That's fine. Whatever.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. This is great.
I'm curious and scared at the same time.
Right.
All right.
Grotus,
Hunker's
what are you thinking of adding in along with your agile and dance?
Sorry, me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed the part where we have. Do we have the notes still for what are?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're in the chat box. They should be.
If you drag them down to like the very bottom, those little hot,
it.
then you don't have to worry about always getting them.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, drag them down there into
I
your
have them
hotbar.
sitting down there as like the hot button things.
Yeah. Oh, and Honker, were you keeping your other checks and your act name the same?
it's I'm Hunker and the Stitch Kids
The Stitch
now.
Kids. Okay.
Yes. And I in like the days of preparation I purchased I spent all of my money on oil.
An oil.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, not all of it. How many gold is a platinum worth?
I don't remember if the conversion's different in Pathfinder. Let me double check. Can't remember if it's the same. Let's see. So
Wait,
10
not oil.
so 10 copper to a silver. I think 10 silver. Or no, yeah, 10 silver to a gold, and 10 gold to a platinum.
Okay.
Nice and easy.
Okay, so okay, does anybody can anybody loan me 10 gold?
Yeah, I got
Or
you.
no, not 10, sorry, 60. I need 60.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So I spend all of that and then all of my gold on the rarest oil I can find.
Okay.
Lotion. Good lotion.
Oh dear.
And then I'm ready for the new performance.
All right, we'll get into that. Let's see.
I'm sure we'll probably get to this, but are there any like updates to the tent or anything that we have available to buy?
Yeah, we're gonna go through that in a moment. Once I get whatever Grotus is adding for a trait.
Okay. I got lots of money. I want to spend it.
Okay.
Oh, did anybody get anything interesting for their level 12? Any
Talk
interesting
about it.
feats?
Oh, I know a lot. I know everything.
Yeah, you got your big brain moment.
And then okay, so this is a fun one. So I've got like a bunch of different things to just make any request coming from me sound pretty fucking great.
Okay.
Okay. But now, oh wait, never mind. I added a feat I already had. Wow.
Way to go.
Well,
I
hey,
thought I was
now
doing
you got a
even
free
cooler.
feat to pick something else.
I need to use that feat more often, I guess. My shameless request feat, which makes people like not hate me if I ask ask anything.
You know what also makes people not hate you? Not telling him that you eat people.
No, that's just it. With my feats, that can't make them dislike me. Like it doesn't. Like whatever I do or say, it's like I'm either like it's not too cute, but I think I'm just like too shocking
Hmm.
for them to dislike me. They can get tired of me, but like them to like actively lower in dislike because of like the words that come out of my mouth.
Yeah, this is why everyone is just kind of like, oh, that's
Mhm.
nice. Uh,
Yeah.
That's lovely, dear.
I got
Ooh.
reflexive stance, which means I can drop into a stance without using an action as soon as combat starts.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That'll come in very handy for you.
Yeah, that is real good.
I didn't get much. I had a alchemist feat and then a feat. So basically I can throw my bombs even further. I have a range of 60 feet on them, and then
Oh shit.
yeah, which is great because I really don't like being in the middle of things. And then I took terrain stalker, so I have to select the type of difficult terrain, but basically I can sneak in it without having to do a stealth check.
Mm. Mm.
Other stipulations, but that's the gist of it.
Cool. Nice. And I'll have Maz get her level 12 stuff started out once she is here. So, let's see here. Here is my. Okay, so for Turpin Row, so kind of like when we did our last show, like that particular area was really fond of like animal stuff, and so they had like a bonus to animal tricks that had like the animal trait had like a bit of a bonus there. Turpin Row's thing is people of Turpin Row are excited to see dangerous acts performed as public spectacles. To performers gain a +1 to circumstance bonus to perform a trick with the injury trait, which I don't know if we have. Wait, why is that not in the list? Hold on. Did we have that? Let me take a look here.
I see it on the list of traits. This poison is delivered by damaging the recipient, says intro.
Wait, you're seeing where am I just missing it? Where is it?
There is a thing called traits under campaign, but I don't think that's
Oh, let me see this. Trait.
relevant.
Trick traits. Here we go.
Whole other new thing. I don't know what that is. The traits thing I found in notes.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Let me write these down. So, injury and team are special traits where they don't count towards the like amount of traits you can have. Like those you can just use and have anytime that you want. Let me make sure that I was in the. Did I not write those down in the bonuses? Let's see. Injury. What does this do? Okay, so the injury trait is anytime a PC uses a saving throw for one of the trick checks, the trick has this trait. If an NPC or PC performing a trick with the injury trait critically fails, they have a chance to become injured. To determine if the performer is injured, roll a DC 15 check. On a failure, the performer becomes injured. An injured performer cannot perform tricks for the rest of the show. In addition, at the beginning of the next show, the injured performer must succeed to determine if they have recovered sufficiently. Okay. Oh, and it sounds like... Oh, okay. I guess that trait is just on everyone automatically. I've just completely missed that. Okay.
Oh,
So anytime we like fail hard, there's a chance to get injured. I guess that should have been there all the time. Let me see what the team one is here.
that explains why we like invested in that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. I didn't notice that those were compulsory ones. And then the team one is this trick requires more than one person. Anytime a PC performing a signature trick accepts the co-star reaction from a performer, the trick has this trait. So I think we have. Okay, I didn't realize these were compulsory. Interesting. Let me find where the co-star thing is. Oh, here it is, co-star. All right, so co-star is... Oh, okay, so co-star is any of those times where we have an act where there's things happening in like two of the rings at the same time. Because, you know, like we have, like there's a couple of the acts where they just have like one performer. There's a couple, like there's the big act that has all three. So for the team one to trigger is if you help, like you offer aid to co-star with someone doing a trick in one of the other rings at the same time. And there's
Okay.
a DC that is triggered for that. Because it's considered a team trait. And it gives them a bonus to their trick check because of like the aid. Interesting. Okay. Well, good to know. Yet more things we're still figuring out. Halfway through the fucking campaign.
Again, we'll figure it all out by the time.
Yeah,
we're
right,
done.
yeah. we'll all be level 20 and be like, what is this?
And we'll have to restart the campaign.
Oh, God. Okay, so now we know. Let me just note on this tricks thing here. Injury and team are compulsory. Injury kicks in on a crit fail. EC 15 check. And then team or co-star in same act. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we know those are just always there. Interesting. So, well, so how would... Because if every single, like, trick has the injury trait, then they just, like, all get the bonus here in Turpin Row? Is that how that would be? I think so. We'll check that. Anytime he's one of the trick checks. Oh, okay. The injury thing only happens if your trick check is a saving throw trick check. So, for instance, Honker, one of your checks that you use is a will save. So, since that is a saving throw, if you use that in a trick and crit fail, then the injury would come in. Or Grotus, you have a reflex save for one of yours. If you fail, crit fail the reflex save, then the injury thing would come into play. Okay, so that makes more sense. Okay, so it would be just Honker and Grotus tricks that would have the, and then I think some of the other NPCs as well that have saving throws that they do. But at least in terms of PC characters, you two have ones that could trigger the injury trait potentially, and have a bonus here in Turpin Row. Cool. We're learning. We're beginning to believe. Let's see. Grotus, were you changing anything about your act?
Yeah, I want to rename it.
Okay. What are you naming it to?
Crazy Cosmic Carney Comet.
I love it.
Wow.
That's fucking great. Okay. And what were you adding for your third trait alongside Agile and Dance that you already had? Or if there are different traits that you'd like to switch to, because this is also a time you can switch them out if you want.
Is prop?
Yep. Prop is one that you have in your
Oh,
roster.
that one uses crafting. Never mind. No.
Okay.
Dance, emotion, magical. Do I have to add another one?
Well, I mean, it gives you, like, since you're level 12 now, you have 3 that you can have access to. So this just gives you more, like, options in terms of what kind of trait you want to use during the segments of your act. So.
I think I already had, like, aerial and water.
Let's see. Aerial, both of those are available. Neither of which you are using currently. So if you want to add one of those, you can.
Yeah. I mean, I'll look at it. I don't think it's not going to impact my act tonight.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. What's that then? Okay. So. All right. Let me get the circus sheet up here. Circus sheet. Settlement name. Turpin Row. Okay, so our prestige is 10. We do have a couple of new things that we have available to us at level 10 prestige in terms of circus upgrades. So, let's see. We already bought acoustics. We already bought safety nets. We already bought padded floors. We already bought bleachers. Okay, we have assigned seats, which is a new thing for the seating. And what that does is quality seating options generate additional excitement for the circus's shows, but reduce the maximum anticipation. So a circus with assigned seats would generate 10 excitement instead of 5, which is what the bleachers currently do. The other new thing we have is a bigger tent. So we currently have big tent, and we now have access to huge tent, which increases the circus's maximum anticipation limit since we can hold more crowd. So currently our maximum anticipation is 50, and the huge tent kicks that up to 100 instead. So doubles are...
Oh, good. Good. Because we were pushing that last time.
Yeah, we were.
How
Okay.
much are both of these?
So the assigned seats and the huge tent are both 100 GP each.
If you guys want them, I can cover them.
Okay.
I have absolutely no gold left. I have spent all my
have
money.
tons of money because I never buy anything.
But
so
Hunker is
I-
very greasy. For some
I
strange
like
reason.
Honker
Yes.
money, so
Like, Honker's been very private, and anytime you guys have, like, have seen them, like, them and their entourage is wearing no clothes, and they are just greasy.
and I ask no questions because it's easier to live in ignorance of what you're doing.
All right. And then for temporary upgrades, we actually have access to all of the currently available ones now. So the new one we have there is we now have extraordinary quality merchandise available. So the good shit, the good merch. Along with our usual things that we had before, like beer, confections, basic or quality merchandise, and also disposable binoculars, which we had before, but I don't think we didn't use those last time. What do those do? Oh, interesting. Okay, so the temporary upgrades. So beer generates additional 2d6 anticipation, and tricks with the audience trait get a +2 circumstance bonus, but it triggers hecklers because drunkenness. Confections generate additional 2d6 excitement. Disposable binoculars remove the maximum anticipation limit, since people can be farther away and use disposable binoculars to watch. And then the merch that's the one that like carries over anticipation from the previous show because people have been like repping your swag. So we had what did we have last time? We had the quality merch last time. So we have existing some carryover from that. Oh, okay. So we get 50% with quality merch, which we had last time. We're retaining 50% of the anticipation that we had at the end of the show last time from that merch. And with extraordinary merch, it would change that to you retain 75% of the anticipation to the next show. Although it does say that the extraordinary merchandise can't be purchased for 2 shows in a row. So it has to be... So you can't like stack it with itself over and over and over. So...
If we used it for this show, we'd have to skip it the next show.
Yeah, and then you could do it again after that. Yep. So let me see, what did we have at the end for last time? Oh, I guess we must have been doing the math wrong because the anticipation we had last time was higher than the limit that we technically had available to us. So we had 154 as our final anticipation last time, and we technically could have only been able to go to 50. So
there's no way we could have done that wrong. We totally know what we're doing.
Yeah, we know what we're doing. Yeah, we know Pathfinder like the back of our hands. We're good. So let me say. I guess if we I'm just going to assume I'm going to base that off of what our max anticipation should have been. So we're going to start with 25, which would have been 50 from the last 50% of the last time, if we go off of what we technically should have instead of our bad math. So, did we want to get any of the temporary upgrades for this time in terms of like beer, confection, binoculars, merch?
Yes.
Okay. All the above, or?
Yes.
All right. So, if we're doing all of the above, that would be 60, 75, 95 gold for extraordinary merch, disposable binoculars, confections, and beer.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I'll go for half of that.
Okay. Let me just roll up some dice here for the anticipation that generates. All right, so that is for confections. Those are 2d6. Okay. Suppose binoculars. We have no limit this show, so we can get as high as we want. And then the merch we'll take into account next time. Okay. All right, so that'll take care of that. For the non-performer roles, Moz is probably just going to still be what they usually are, being the fuzz. They're going to be on security, which will negate the hecklers from the beer. So
Didn't
that
she
takes...
run lights too?
Yeah.
Did.
Yeah, she did. Last time we had, she was doing those. Honker, you were being the band leader. So every time people do a trick, you can choose to generate additional anticipation equal to half your level. And then last time Braz was also being an animal handler, which boosted the animal trait trick since that was the thing there. The other roles that are available, so there's animal handler, backup clown, band leader, carnival barker, clown coordinator, costumer, lighting, medic, pyrotechnic, and security guard. So we already got security taken care of.
I'm sorry, can you kind of go over some of those again?
Yeah, of course.
They are.
So the animal handler is +2 to any tricks that have animal trait. Backup clown lets the send in the clowns action be done an additional time per act, which is like the thing you can do on like critical failures. You can send in the clowns, which just sends in a bunch of goons to entertain the audience to try to distract them from the failure that happened.
That's me.
The band leader is the one that generates digital anticipation by hyping up the crowd with sick jams. Carnival Barker draws in more audience members and increases the show's max anticipation. And for every successful trick, the Barker can increase. Well, I guess that doesn't really matter because we have the binoculars. We already have no maximum, so that's kind of moot at this point. The clown coordinator lets send in the clowns be done as a reaction instead of an action. Costumer gives +1 bonus to tricks with the audience trait. Lighting gives +1 bonus to deception and thievery checks. Medic prevents injury. So if you do critical fail and you do fail the check for the injury, you won't get injured because you have a medic.
That might be a good one to have for this show.
That might be, yeah, since this is the...
I'll
do the medic? Okay. Yeah, that'll be good since this is the crowd that likes a little violence. Pyrotechnic makes fire tricks generate double excitement. And then security guard negates hecklers or scalpers. But scalpers are already negated because you guys have watermark tickets, which was an upgrade you purchased a couple times ago. So let's see.
Yeah, we prepped ahead of time.
Not our circus.
I could be. Was it security? No, we already have to deal with hecklers.
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah,
sorted.
Maz is just being security since they're
Okay. I mean, clown coordinator, so we can get Honker in faster.
okay.
I can go past.
Honk of the zoomies. Okay. Okay. So for the advertising stuff to generate and going into the town and hyping people up with like little sideshow things to get people wanting to come to the show. This will help with generating anticipation prior to the show, so you can spend some time in these couple of days before the show doing this. So if you want to promote the circus, doing little shows, you can go out and attempt a society check, and succeeding in that will generate some anticipation based on your level.
Yeah, happy to do that.
Okay. Who's all going out and doing promos? Just Honker or anybody else?
I'm
I'll
out
go
in
with
the
him.
streets.
Okay. All right. So you head out into town. Things are, the Stunt Festival's kind of underway at this point. There's stuff going on. The market's bustling with all of the various little shops and crafters and whatnot for this time. And you guys set up in the street to do some little acts and get some hype going for your show. So go ahead and roll a society check. Nice. Nice. And since there's multiple of you, and this would be aiding each other or giving additional bonuses, so... Okay, yeah, that would be critical success then. The bonuses. So you generate anticipation equal to twice the sum of your levels, or, well, you guys are level 12, so 24 plus charisma of whoever, I guess, who's the kind of the lead here in this little group.
It's probably me. Like, I've got the ringmaster hat, cape, and the
That's fair.
entourage.
That's fair. All right, so 24 plus 5 with your charisma modifier. So that puts us up to 55, 55, 59, 64. Okay. Nice. All right, so got some promo from that. And okay, and then there's also the advertising. Currently we're at 64 anticipation, where we are right now.
All right. Is there more that we can be doing?
Let me double check really
Or
quick.
because we can push this. We've got the binoculars.
That's true. That's true. So in terms of advertising, if you want to pay for the town, here, let me drop the table in here into the chat. All right, so that is the advertisements table and the amount of anticipation that that would generate, depending on how much you are willing to spend.
I have enough silver to spend 5 gold points to get 2 anticipations.
Okay,
I'm sorry, how many silver and a gold?
10. It's
No, I had enough to do
it's
it.
10.
Oh,
It's
I
10
know,
each.
but I have a lot of silver, so I can also contribute if we want to do more.
I was just spending the rest of my money because that's what Honker does. Honker usually goes broke every circus, pretty much.
I never spend my money.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing pretty good. I wouldn't worry too much,
Yeah.
Okay.
at least as far as that's concerned.
Let's see. So we have, let's see, additional. Okay, and the seeding generates excitement. So that will start us out with some. Okay. I think the only other thing I need to do then. All right, so the random circus event that we have this time is overflowing crowd, which convenient. So this increases starting anticipation by 4d6. Additional 13. Okay. 64, 74. And how much advertising did you guys end up doing?
Just worth 2
Worth 2. Okay.
anticipation.
Okay. 79. You got it. Okay. Okay. So for the acts themselves, so we've got our Act 1 opener, our build up with 2 different acts, our big number with just 1, and then the finale with 3. Who are we wanting where? So we do have a few. We have all our usual circus NPC folks that we can toss in here. For example, last time we had like Baralu, Eliza, Flynn, Miss Dancer, the Beast Juggler, Calcuc, whatnot. We're all doing their various things.
I think we should use at least the Dwarven Throwers, the Featherfall 5, and Fireproof Flynn.
Okay.
Those are all kind of dangerous acts.
Good point. All right. So, who do we want to open the show then?
Do we have anybody new?
We had
We had
the gal that talks to snakes.
Okay.
She hasn't joined officially.
Oh,
You let her know about the circus and she's interested, but she has not officially joined up for this particular show. But she'll probably be there and watch.
I was gonna say comes and watch just to see how good we are. Do we maybe want to start with Flynn with some fire juggling?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll start with Flynn. Let me just note him in here.
Because none of us are actually performing this time, right?
I mean,
I
you
always
guys
will
can.
Or
perform.
other than Hunker, I mean.
Yes. Like how was what?
Where do you want to be at, Hunker, in the lineup?
I'm the main act. I'm the ringleader. I'm the best. I have a whole new act to unveil that I've been advertising.
I'm guessing we're sticking Honker as the big number then.
Let's do it.
Most definitely.
Okay, let me put him in there. All right, Honker. Okay, so Honker's Act 3, the big number. Who are we having? What 2 acts are we having for the build-up?
Let's do the Dwarven Throwers.
Okay.
And then
Do we want to do like Grota, since they also have one of like the injury trait things?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then what do we want for the finale? This will be 3 at once.
so the Featherfall 5 for sure.
Okay.
We gotta think about more Jane, the escape artist.
Okay. Yeah.
Like them?
I don't think we've used Jane in a
That's
while.
always fun. That's good to get people going.
Yeah, and she does have an injury trait with her
Perfect.
tricks.
I
So
don't think we use her very often, so that would probably be
we
a
haven't
good
used
one.
her in a hot second, yeah. So all right, so we'll do more Dane. Okay, and then the third one. Oh, and if you need a here, let me actually probably should give you the list of everybody. So you have them.
I have that saved too.
Oh, nice. Okay, good. Here, I'll throw it in the. Yeah.
Okay, I would say maybe either Elysia, the Mr. Tickles lady, or Calkick, the beast transformation dude. What do you guys think?
Beast transformation.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Calkick. And that's everyone, right?
Yep. Let me just clear out these other fields here. Okay. All right. I think we've got everything here.
It's circus time.
Indeed. All right. So you guys get everything set up over the course of a couple days, and you get all the promos out, you get all the hype, and you can, of course, word has spread around Turpin Row with regards to the stuff that you guys did up at the tower and clearing out the weird things that people had been seeing in the woods as of late. And then, of course, there's also word spread about what you've done over at the distillery and saving the people that were there from attacks by these strange creatures and whatnot. So we're getting out there. You guys have a hell of a crowd this time. Turpin Row was already bustling from the people there for the Stump Festival, and that being going on concurrently along with you guys has led to quite the turnout. So we start the show here with Flynn, who comes out, and the lights all go down, spotlights come down onto the center ring of the big top, the newly put together, larger, bigger big top this time around. And he begins his act, starting with he has these two kind of torches, one that he has in each hand, and with like a motion, he flicks both of them on, and they both ignite and kind of shed their amber light into the vicinity here. And then he immediately takes both torches and plunges both of them into his mouth at the same time, and runs towards the audience here, and then kind of leans himself back on his kind of like roar motion, just like, and just big fire burst out the top of that there. Let me just roll his intimidation here for that. All right, that succeeds. Oh fuck! I didn't read what level he is. Where did I put that? Flint.
He was not well prepared today.
I was not. It's been a day. Like I said, I got my
No,
COVID
I
and
meant
flu booster.
the act, because they rolled poorly, not you.
Oh, well, I also am not.
Not shit talk you like
Nah.
your face. I'd wait till you were turned around.
All right. So let's see. Well, let's see. With his bonuses, that is still a success. That generates a little bit of excitement there. And after he finishes out this kind of long, kind of roaring breath of fire here, he, he still has these two torches, which he again, reignites. And then he begins kind of tossing these around in the process of also like doing these spins and still, catching them and twirling and moving around, getting those. Let's see if he... Nice. Rolls a 20. Critical success. And so he rolls, let's see, that adds that, and that also adds additional anticipation equal to half of the trick's level. Just up to 83. And then he decides to finish out with his final motion here. In the middle of his twirls, he catches these torches, and once again plunges them both into his mouth. And he does this little kind of like dance motion where he kind of dances around the edge of the center ring, and like as he's going around, he's like letting out these like little small bursts of fire at like little intervals. And the little bursts of fire that come out like almost look like little like fire butterflies, the way that it's almost like he's like doing like blowing smoke tricks, but he's like blowing fire somehow. Very interesting. Let's see. That is just a regular success. And he closes out his act successfully. Did we want to do the band to hype up the crowd at all, Mr. Bandleader?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, so hyping up the crowd. There's like so many sub pages of all this circus stuff I keep having to find where they all are. Oh boy. On-former rules. Here they are. Band leader. Okay. Half the band leader's level rounded up. So 6. All right. Brings us into Act 2, We have the Dwarven Throwers and Grotus, who step up to the ring. Grotus, with the stuff that you're doing, are you doing anything in tandem with the Dwarven Throwers, or are you doing your own thing over there?
Doing the thing.
Doing your thing. Okay. Tell us what you're doing, Grotus.
For this first one, well, for the whole one, the Crazy Cosmic Carney Comet, we're gonna do getting loaded into the old cannon, getting shot through its agile dance with deception and
Okay.
reflex save. So he's gonna, he's gonna have to fall and stumble around as if he is drunk, going through like a series of near workplace accidents, Mr. Magoo style,
Nice. Okay. So
into a giant cauldron of things that is bubbling, and it's going to spit him out into a higher platform that he's going to land on.
okay. So what is the first check you're gonna roll? Then the deception check.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that up for us. Whew. God damn. All right. That is a critical success. So that's going to add 12 excitement, and then also add 6 anticipation with that roll. Very nice. Okay. And then what check are you doing for the second part of your trick? The deception.
The deception.
The deception. Okay. All right. So 28. That is should be a success. All right. So that would be another 12 excitement. And then to close out the last roll of your trick, which one are you finishing on for your finisher roll?
Another reflex save.
Okay, for the
Double
water.
injury.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy.
26. I double check really quick. Okay, so for level 12. Okay, that one would be just a regular fail then. Not quite.
Well, I'll hero point it.
Okay.
Just,
All right, go ahead and hero point it. Go ahead and give us another.
that's better.
That's more like it. All right, let's see. So that's another 12 there. And another 6 up here. Okay. All right. Brings us to the Dwarven Throwers then. We're doing their own thing over here. Let's see. NPCs. There they are. Okay. Dwarven Throwers. They start out with their act, and they come tumbling out into the ring, all three of them kind of rolled up in little balls of dwarf. And as they kind of roll into their ring here, they're all kind of somehow like bouncing over each other and like stacking up and falling back down and kind of doing all of this kind of gymnastics with each other in the process, and kind of tossing each other around. So they're going to do an athletics check. Okay. All right, they succeed. All right, that's going to add a little bit there. Okay, and then once they finish rolling around and they all kind of pop out of their little kind of balled up formation here, and they begin to do this little interesting setup where two of the Dwarven Throwers, they kind of stand like opposite from each other with their like arms outstretched. and the third one kind of gets in between them and kind of lays down flat with his like arms out in front of him. And they kind of look like they're making like the shape of a cannon, like with the two bodies on the side and then the one in the middle with the arms outstretched. And you see them like light the boots of the one in the middle on fire, and the other two they kind of like rev themselves up and then fucking yeet that guy. So the human cannon,
More eating.
more yeeting, and that is a critical success on their part.
Critical yeet.
Critical yeet indeed. All right, and to finish out their, so their friend gets yeeted up into the air, grabs on one of like the various kind of rings or trapezes or whatever that you guys have up towards the top end of the tent, and they finish out their trick with the two that are down on the ground. They both flip upside down and get on. They start doing handstands and get their feet up in the air. And the one that's up currently on like the trapezes up in the ceiling kind of swings back and forth a bit and then kind of cannonballs down onto the other two. And they catch him with their feet while they're doing the handstands here and kind of finish out like with they're kind of doing the kind of log rolling thing, but they're upside down, and the log being rolled is their compatriot here, and they finish out their act with that with another
Nice.
acrobatics roll here. With that is also a critical success. Nice. All right, so that finishes out that bunch. Let's see what we're up to in terms of anticipation now before I ask you about the band leader thing. Okay, so excitement is at 8 plus let's see, the existing excitement that we had was 10. Okay, so currently we are at excitement is at 82 and anticipation is at 105. And so for the success, again, excitement has to be higher than anticipation at the end of the show to be a success. Having them exactly the same is a critical success. So that's where we are at. And do you want to do the band thing, that increases the anticipation by 6 if we do so.
Okay, and we haven't hit the main act. We're getting close to them
You're
being...
next.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's raise the anticipation of it. I'll do the band.
Okay. Hyping up the band. All right. Honker, your band is playing away and you prepare for your act. Lights go down. Honker, what new things are you unleashing on us?
Okay, so this time, when like the cart that Honker usually is like pedaling out,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so this time it's pulled out by two of these humanoid creatures that are made from frames that I purchased and oil and maybe some skin that I had acquired.
Oh my god.
Um,
Oh boy. The sudden
and the
horror
entourage.
turn.
Yeah, this is the emotion part, right? We can take it
Okay.
either way, if we need to. They're just so much in shock. They are completely at my will. Anyway, so they're like pulling me out as we're playing our clown music and doing our general clown tricks
Mm-hmm.
of like juggling and all of that business. These are also actual minions that follow my orders.
Okay. All right. So what are you rolling for your first check?
Okay. Well, that would be the first check would be let's do deception. Can I roll that for that, or do I have to pick one of the things that I can't remember? There was some.
It would be so the checks that you have are the ones that you have assigned for your trick. So you have
Okay,
performance
that's
and
what I
will
was
save.
thinking. Okay, so we will do performance. That's easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Okay, roll them up.
Go. Boom City.
Nice. All right. Critical success. Oh wait, no, that's just. Okay, for level 12, our DC. So the DC for level 12 characters. Oh wait, no, so 38. Okay, yeah. So yeah, okay, critical success. So 12, and then additional 6. Okay. All right. Next part.
Okay, so for the next part, because we want to keep on generating this, the magical part about all of this, of course, will be when these two creatures, because they're pretty damn strong actually.
Okay.
They will grab a hold of me, and then this will be fun. I'll use this and think the magic part through. I'm trying to improvise it. I'm failing
All
standby.
good.
Okay. So then, all right, they'll throw me up in the air. All right. But then I will cast really quickly. I'll tell a really bad joke up in the air. And then I'll cast an unseen servant to kind of catch me. It'll look like I'm gonna like hit the cart and we're all gonna tumble, but the unseen servant catches me and I hover for a moment and then he drops me and we all tumble anyway, into like a big pile of rotten skinned people and crazy dolls.
Okay. Are you
And
rolling
that'll be a
performance or
will
will save for
save.
that one?
That's probably a will save on that one.
Okay.
Not very good. I'm a hero point that.
Okay.
Well, not much better, but we tried. We tried.
Okay.
We did what we
All right. So that one is just a regular fail then. Let's see. I believe the fail just is. Yeah, the fail just does nothing. It's a critical fail that messes stuff up. Okay, yeah. Fail just does nothing. Okay, and what do you want to finish out with then? You have one more action roll that you can do.
Yeah, the finish will be like the fact that it takes like 5 whole minutes for this whole crew to actually manage to stand up after being dropped and everything. And like, it's a whole process just to see themselves out of the ring because we're falling over, I'm telling jokes, they eventually have to grab the shepherd's crook and like pull me, you know, off the stage. It's a whole to do, and that'll be a performance check.
Okay, go ahead and roll it up. All right, that is a success. Oh, I guess I should. That reminds me. Since Grotus took the clown coordinator, so you're able to do the send in the clowns when people fail or critically fail. And so what that does is, if the trick is a failure, it changes it to a success, and if it was a critical failure, it changes it to a failure. They can only be sent in one time per act. So do you want to send in the clowns for that one failure that Hunker had, Grotus, or no?
What do you think, team?
Actually, let me give you the math on where we are for excitement versus anticipation, and we'll let that inform your decision. So, let's see. Let's see, we were at 82 before. All right, so currently anticipation is at 117. And currently the excitement, assuming that one roll of honkers is still a failure, is at 106. If you change that to a success, we would then have 117 for anticipation and 118 for excitement.
Let's leave it, I think.
Okay, yeah,
Because the other guys are going to generate more excitement.
Yeah, because you do still have
Still.
three.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have 9 rolls
Yep.
worth of excitement that can be coming
Yeah.
in the finale. Okay, so
Okay.
we're leaving it where it is. Okay, sounds good.
Let them flop.
Let them flop. Okay, all right.
Yeah, you really did have to actually use the shepherd's crook to get me off.
Now, really let them marinate in that failure.
Failure and piles of skin. All right, so Featherfall 5 and Mordain and Calcic come out for the finale. All 3 rings are full. So let's see. We'll start with the Featherfall 5. All right, so the Featherfall 5, they begin up in the upper part of the tent on all of the various trapezes and ropes and balance things that are up there for folks like them. And so the whole family is up there, parents and the kids, and they begin with this maneuver where both of the parents are kind of, they're almost sitting on one of the long kind of tight ropes up there, and they have their legs like kind of wrapped around the rope to kind of make a like a circle, like a ring of sorts around the rope. And then they're hanging upside down with their legs like around the rope. And then between them, their 3 children are linked in a chain, hands grabbing ankles. And then, one end, the hands are grabbing the mother, and then their dads are grabbing the ankles at the other end. And so they're kind of making this like jump rope almost of sorts off of the tightrope. And the parents begin to do this maneuver where they're like kind of spinning around the rope with their, legs around it, and kind of with the momentum of like the kids as this like human jump rope of sorts going around up there in the air. And oh, they roll a 1. A critical fail. Did we want to use the clowns to save that to a regular fail? If we do a critical fail, what that does is, I believe that decreases excitement. Yeah.
Let's send in the clowns.
Okay. All right, so that would just change it to a regular failure. So
The little dude like falls down like Plinko style.
Okay. Yeah, we do.
Do we want to send in the clowns for this? Oh wait, no, we can't. We already sent one in this
Oh.
act. That's right. We can't. We can't. These are just. Let's see. With that one though, that's a critical. So that.
Clowns, send them in.
We already did this act.
We're fucked. We're hosed.
Oh wait. Hold on. The clown coordinator lets you do it twice in an act.
Oh.
Because you're able to coordinate them and get their little rowdy asses back together. So you are able to send in the clowns again and save that from being a critical fail.
With much bullying and you're gonna get the clowns over to the other ring fast enough.
All
I
right.
don't wanna.
Get on now, clowns. Get it.
Yeah, so in the process of getting her locked back up here, Hod kind of fumbles the keys a bit. It's been a moment since they've been in the spotlight here. They haven't been used in a while, so slightly out of practice here. But the clowns manage to distract people, and they get Mordain all chained up here and up into the tank to perform her water escape. And with that one, she rolls a critical success. Which brings us at last to Kalkek. Alright, so Kalkek in his ring comes out and is just in his usual kind of goblinoid form. And he begins by doing this kind of a little bit of nature magic here. And you see these kind of small magical like trees appear to like grow around the ring. And he almost kind of like builds himself this little like biome of sorts in his ring here. A little miniature forest of sorts. And with that, see the nature check, that would be a success. Where was he? Where is he at? Kalkek. Okay, there he is. Okay, that is a success. And once he gets this biome like all weaved up in here, he, you see him kind of like crouched down in the middle of it all, and he begins to do this kind of transformation thing that he has, changing into the... Fuck, I can't remember what it was that he is. It's been a hot second. Oh boy.
Can't remember.
Can't remember either.
Pure amazingness.
Yeah, and it's some sort of like beast demon thing. It was like, oh, that was all the way in the last module. I can't remember what it was. But he turns into that. And in the midst of this little like forest thing that he's kind of conjured for himself. And it is even with that low roll, it is still a success with his bonus. And to finish out his act here, he does this like loop around. Like, he gets out of like the ring here in his transformed form and does this kind of run like right along the front edge of the audience here, making like frightening noises and faces and whatnot at the crowd. And that is still just a regular success. Okay, cool. And that closes out this particular show. Let me get all of our mathed up, and let's see what we ended up at. All right. Let's see. This one. Okay, and then anticipation, the last couple ones that I haven't added in there. Thanks to you. Well, all told, we ended the show with 123 anticipation.
Mhm.
And thanks to all of the various failures that we had, the excitement was also 123.
No shit.
No shit.
We like to call those learning opportunities. Thank you.
True. So
Dang, we
somehow
did.
it all balanced out, and you guys had a critical success of a show.
This is our first critical success,
It
right?
is, yeah. So let me. How what was it? The payout. They get more payout with that, because it was a critical success. Let me see. Payout is okay. Critical successful show. You have to win for difficult to achieve. Yeah. Earning. All right. So the prestige. The current prestige is 11, and final anticipation. Okay, so with the payout doubled thanks to the critical success, you guys get 268 gold in total.
So we made back all the money we put in.
Yeah. Well, and the nice thing is a lot of those things that you got this time were permanent upgrades, so you
Right.
don't like there's only a
Good.
couple other like permanent upgrades that you don't have yet. But yeah, those expenses
Okay.
are already in there. But yeah, you made that back,
Yeah.
and let me put that
I
in.
think last show we had, I think we bought like 2 or 3 permanent upgrades.
Yeah, you did. All right, so let me put this into here. 8, 2. All right, and there is some other cash in here in the party sheet, so let me just distribute this all across the board. So that's all in everyone's pockets. Conker's got more oil fund. All right. Well, nicely done. Good job, guys.
Need 480 for fun. Or really 960 to max out the capacity.
Like, what is the oil for with those guys?
Do you own the Agents of Edgewatch modules at all?
Let me check.
60 feet under is the one you would need to own. And if you don't, I'll gift it to you so that this is easier for everyone.
I do not think I do. I do not see that in here.
Okay. So because of again a couple different compounding skills and feats that I've taken, I'm able to acquire a spell which allows me to create skin stitches, which are like essentially skin stitched over a frame.
Interesting.
That is my minion. And so it will do one thing at a time, single-mindedly. It's a me seek.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's actually here's a link to the stats on these things. They're actually not bad little minions.
Yeah, let's check it out here.
Definitely not. There.
Skin stitch.
Definitely not anything to shy away from. 95 HP. They've got
Not bad.
immunities to pretty much. They have immunities to pretty much everything. If I can somehow figure out how to control animal swarms, that would add some additional abilities. But they have the ability to do a flay attack, a persistent bleed attack. They have pretty decent to hit, and then they can self-heal for 8 hit points as an action as long as they flay other things.
The other
So
thing on that, the skitter stitch one where you can stitch them into like a giant skin spider thing full of a swarm of spiders. Jesus fuck.
So my idea was, okay, skitter stitches or spiders have 8 legs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 skin stitches have 8 arms and 8 or 4 legs, 4 arms, right?
True.
So my thought was later on, potentially once I acquire more, when I am able to take like another class feat or something, potentially discussing like maybe uh an a second tier feat where I can stitch the 2 together, hunk and centipede style to make a senate stitch. But like I won't be that graphic about it on this stream.
Fair. All right.
Like I would actually just to avoid like accidents, I would make it like a skitter stitch or something, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't, we'll talk about that later, but
Yeah.
yeah. It's a
Well,
horror. It'll help us in combat.
indeed. Well, like I said, this was going to be a little shorter one because I just wanted to get the Turpin Row performance out of the way and get our level up done since before we get into any other. Because we're pretty close to the end of this particular module before we move into the next one, and we're in somewhere else that isn't the Swordlands. But yeah, with Riz not here, we'll get these out of the way, so this will just be a nice little short one tonight, and we'll call that good there.